My favorite winter solstice rituals and ideas to set the intention for the year ahead. Hi, I'm Sonia. I'm a fourth generation intuitive, and I teach people how to plug back into their innate divine GPS. And today, let's talk about the winter solstice, why this is such an important time, how to use this to connect to our spirit, to set our seeds of intention, and how we can use ritual to really anchor in this energy and connect to our spirit. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I release new videos every week. And if you're returning, it is so lovely to see you. Hello, hello. Today, we are talking about the winter solstice. And the winter solstice is a very powerful, auspicious time in the Northern Hemisphere. Now, when we think about the winter solstice, really what it is a celebration of the return to light. What does that mean? Now, if we look at the earth, we have these equinoxes. One of them is the summer solstice. That is in the middle of summer, June 21st, and it starts to signify the days that start to get shorter. Things have come from their zenith of growth, of abundance, of all of it, and are start to head down into fall, into winter. And now we're on the other side of it. We're at the winter solstice, and this signifies a return to light. 1 week and the official start to winter. Now, when we look at the winter solstice and you look at the very powerful way that this has accompanied us, we can look and see that in religions all across the world, way back from the pagans, way back, way, we have used this very special time where the light has been pretty much non-existent and created a celebration of light. Way back in the day, this was called Yule, and now we can see these same celebrations being seen across the world. And we can see, like, for example, in Christianity, we use Christmas, which, signifies the return of the sun, right? Good old little baby Jesus Christ, which is actually also meaning the actual sun. We're returning back. Our days are starting to get longer. Things are moving from this dead of winter back and coming back alive. And also, in Hanukkah, we have the celebration of lights, Kwanzaa, so this has been something that's been very, very old. And this is a time where we gather, where we start to actually even turn inwards. And when we think about connecting to our own spirit, that is the light that resides within yourself. And with winter, what happens is the outside world starts to quiet. We can feel it. And with that is an invitation to go inside, to connect back to our intuition, to connect with our spirit, to start to even take stock of how the year has unfolded, start to set intentions, right? Thinking about, what do I want to plant to manifest for the year ahead? Just like when you plant a crop, you plant them in the spring, you plant them in the winter. So these are your little seeds that you're planting for next year that you're going to be growing until summer 2020, zenith, further on. So let's talk rituals. Let's talk ways that we connect. So my very first ritual that is a very powerful one is getting out a journal. Write down what are the things that you have accomplished and created over the past year. A really powerful way that we can connect to our intuition and even our own power is starting to look and see, what have I put my attention, my intention this past year? What are the things that have grown? What has changed? What has shifted? This will first connect you back to your own place of power. Oh, these are the things that I've grown. Has it been relationships? Has it been a more balanced life? We've had a really big year. Things have started to come back online. So where have you put your time, energy, and attention? And from that place, it's starting to say, what are the things that you want to plant next? Think about the different areas and buckets in your life. The more that our life has balance, the more happy we are. Think about, with your community, in work, with your family, with your spiritual practices, with connecting to your body. and really of using that place that we can use, because when we journal, we slow down our conscious mind and we create a portal for listening. And this also allows us to connect with our spirit. What are the things that we intend to create? When we write down those places of what we want to manifest, that's a very powerful way that we make that declaration. So the very first thing, get out your journal, write down what it is that you want to manifest and say, this is what I am deciding. Now, the second ritual that I really would love, that I use every year, is I love to take those from that journal sash, write down those little seeds of intention, fold them up, and I like to put them on a candle. And the candle represents a light, the light of our spirit, that flame, that's our spirit that also is within us. This is from a wonderful little place in Chicago called Last Craft. I love her candles. She has great candles. They're so fun. But I write down my little seeds of intention, place it on this candle, and let that candle burn down. And then once that candle is finished, another thing that we can do is take that same little piece of paper and light it on fire to really transmute it and release the energy as a way that we can turn it over to our higher selves. Another really beautiful way and ritual that we can use to connect to our spirit really and harness this beautiful, magical time is actually by inviting your friends over for even a party. One thing that we can do in celebration of this light, of celebration of the harvest, of celebrating each other, maybe it could be on Zoom or anything, but inviting some friends over and really celebrating each other's accomplishments this year and using that as a way to also create accountability and fun in creating as we enter in this new cycle. What I know best about intuition, what I know best about our spirit, what I know best about co-creating is that when we start to give voice, when we start to move into ownership, when we start to talk about acknowledging what we've done and acknowledging what we want to do and holding sacred space with our friends, family, and saying, yeah, I see that. I support that for you. I'm excited for you. And then having that be a place where we can see and mirror each other allows us to really anchor in and also to accelerate that energy. So that's plus, who doesn't love a fun dinner? I love a fun dinner. It's the best. And the other thing that I would say is don't forget, write and connect, make an intention this year as a ritual to connect with your own spirit. A beautiful way that I also like to do is create a meditation. So even just every day over this next few days, just using that as a little place to meditate and listen inwards and create some affirmations for yourself of I am worthy, I love myself, I am powerful, I am supported, I am connected. And we can write down those affirmations. And say them after creating in a meditative space. It's another way that we can really get it in our bones. And last but not least, really, this is a beautiful time because as everything thins, the veils thin, and where we get clear on our goals, of listening to our sweet little intuition. And a great way that you can do that is check out my book, You Are Amazing, that I co-wrote with my sister Sabrina. It's a powerful way that has tons of really solid, easy, digestible tools that you can use to tune into your intuition. So my question is, do you have any rituals that you use to celebrate winter solstice? What are the seeds that you are planting for 2022 and beyond? Do you have one favorite way that you love to celebrate? Leave me a comment below. I love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, check out my tons of resources. I have free meditations. Oh, see, it's an angel. I have free meditations. I have workbooks. I have all sorts of things to help you on this journey, help you connect with your intuition, and really live a life plugged into yourself from the inside out. So leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Follow me on Instagram. I'm sending you all my love. Happy winter solstice. Celebrate with a tree because I love to do that too. Bye.